Dragon's Dance.
Dragon's Dance is cute as hell.
Oh my god.
I think
Did
we're
you
back.
debate, but Finn just uses the dress on everyone.
Yeah, during her speech, no one's actually listening. It's just everyone staring for 30 seconds.
Finn puts the dress on Ronnie.
Oh my god, like a little bow tie. A dazzling bow tie.
I think we're back, right? Is it back
Yeah,
on? Is it working?
I see us on. Yes,
Okay.
it looks
Okay,
to
so
be.
Okay, I think we're going to have this stream be 2 separate videos. If you're just joining the second half, I just had an internet outage. I got to talk to Spectrum because it's been happening a lot lately. So I think there's some sort of internet issue here. Stream's back. Refresh if you're in the chat. Anyway, where were we? Ronnie's getting uncomfortable. Hell became an elk. That was the last thing that happened, right?
Yes,
So
and you
Turn
weren't
up
about
elk.
to ask for anything.
you were gonna give me a dex save, please.
Okay.
Specifically,
I am
as
right
from
next
the,
to you.
from the elk stat sheet, if you can.
Oh, from the elk. Okay, that's probably better, I think. Let me check.
Don't forget +4.
Yes, thank you. Elk dex is higher, yes.
Plus
Plus 4.
Okay, you narrowly avoid skewering anybody in these close proximity with your horns, or stomping them with your hooves. But it achieves the intended effect. Everyone backs up and goes, "Whoa!" They're suddenly fearful now.
I'll-
Ronnie goes, "It's fine. He's the best elk," and tries to mount up.
Ronnie, make a persuasion, please.
What?
Does
With-
Ronnie get advantage because
Yes,
Kelk didn't
with-
skewer?
No, Ronnie gets advantage because Ronnie is currently the object of celebrity fawning.
Because Ronnie is currently drunk.
Persuasion,
All right.
13. That actually makes it, because that had a lower DC.
God, thank you.
So,
Better than the
it's
nat
not high,
one,
because it's
I
not a high
guess.
stakes roll, really. Because it's like, yeah, better than the 0.
The 0. Damn.
Big yike.
I mean, it would have been the 14 because it was the first roll.
Yeah,
anyway,
I know.
but, I mean, it's just, yeah, it's definitely better. I said disadvantage, right? It was disadvantage. Yeah, Ronnie slides atop or hops atop Kelk, and everyone's fear just sort of bubbles up and breaks as someone starts laughing at he's the best elk line. And they all start laughing and applauding and cheering for Ronnie. And Ronnie, you kind of feel like a knight from one of those old fairy tales riding a stand. It's just like in the center of this marketplace, riding atop Kelk, and all these people like cheering for you. And you certainly feel a little bit more comfortable than you did a second ago when everyone was breathing down your neck. You're getting that weird sense again, though. You're getting that weird sense that people want you to say something. They've all gathered. You've spoken to them, and now they want to hear more.
You can stand on my back if you want. I can take it.
I'm tattoos to Kelk. I'm really tall and now also on a giant
That is true.
elk. We're good. I think out loud they just go, "Thank you all for a wonderful evening. Thank you for being such a wonderful town."
A woman
winds are
starts
changing.
weeping. As you say that. Falls to her knees in worship and adulation of you.
Okay, that's a bit much, lady.
It talks!
winds are-
She runs away.
The winds are changing, and you're all going to have a chance to decide which way you go. And then I guess they like sort of like try to like nudge Kel with their knees and be like, "Okay, let's go."
I'm actually gonna do a wisdom save on that to see if I'm like.
Yeah.
They're
Okay,
all
perfect. Yeah,
24, okay.
No, I understand perfectly. I don't gallop out, but I will like majestically canter.
Yeah.
You know, like clopping hooves in a very like regal way.
Okay. Make a
Kel does
performance
dressage
check.
out of the
Fuck.
Can I like kind of clap and get a cheer going to give
No.
Kel some encouragement? Okay.
Can I like just do sparkles with my wand around?
Yeah,
At
yeah,
all?
that okay. That's fine.
Cool.
So what is that advantage? Plus 10?
I-
What exactly am I getting here?
Can I give guidance through
it
my
gives-
knees?
It gives nothing, but it looks nice.
Just vibes.
Just make
Okay.
fireworks as we leave.
It's charisma, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
It's okay.
Okay.
Woo!
You
Yeah,
do.
those
You nearly kick a kid in your face who's trying to pet your nose. He comes in at the wrong time just as you're turning to leave. He's been waiting the whole time to try to pet your nose, and he finally gets the courage,
Oh,
and you almost
sorry.
kick him in the chin.
No, that's so sad. No,
And-
don't make it
he
bad.
screams. He screams
No!
and falls on his ass and tears his ass away. And he's
I have
running.
like one fan. What are you doing?
Can Ronnie...
No, you had other fans. You were sort of aware of it, but we were trying too hard to be regal before. But you've noticed that in the past couple minutes, you noticed a lot of kids staring at you. You won't be able to unpack it till later, but yeah, you think the kids like it when you're an animal. But
Can Ronnie try to
No,
grab the
no.
kid?
Ronnie
Damn it.
can't do nothing. Because Kel's doing his performance and he's high stepping his way out, and you manage to make your way out. Ronnie, you do check the kid, and you're like, I gotta deal with that later. But the kid is behind you, and with that, you march out directly into Yorkus, who is coming back, scribbling in his notebook as if he's been walking and scribbling on his way over here. Almost butts into Kel. Ah! What? Oh God, who did you kill?
What?
What? I just saw the elk and I assumed, sorry.
No, we're just being great, I think. I think
Yeah.
we did good.
Today I am just a noble steed. That is all.
So it's still unsettling to see him talk so casually like that. Never see an elk's lips move like that. Very uncanny valley. Well,
You know, I
Um,
never am really looking at him when he does it. We're usually in battle and we're all looking at the same guys. So, yeah.
cut to Roddy studying Kel in battle, looking at Kel from behind and seeing Kel's tail flick up in danger and being an interesting biological reaction. I can learn from this. And then cut to Finn looking at Ronnie. Why is he looking at his butt? Why are they looking at his butt?
Communication.
It's all about perspective. Did the rest of you guys go out with them when they pranced out?
Yeah,
I think
probably.
Way is. I think I'm sticking behind just a little bit to kind of like sprinkle in a little bit of Ronnie mythos, being like, "Yeah, you should have seen those two when we were fighting that the ape that was in the woods. They were insane, just on his ass. Sorry, the whole time, just chasing him all through the trees."
Make a performance check, or I'm sorry, I guess it's persuasion check. Yeah, I think it's more of a persuasion check with advantage. And as you were doing this, with that 20 dirty 20, everyone's just hanging off your every word. The legend has now spread that Ronnie has not only killed Nautilus Bloodphone, but also killed a giant, the ape. They're the one who took care of that thing from the quest board, and they're so modest, that's why we never even heard about it. At this point, Eric is going to sidle up and try to throw his voice into the crowd. I heard that ape was just a legend, yeah. Why didn't we ever see its body? And then he just walks away. A few people are like, yeah. Where is its body? Probably
Oh,
it's a
we're gonna
tall
talk
tale.
about bodies. what about all the bodies that came back from the road that the ape killed? It totally murked some of the caterers that came to the wedding. How long has trade been impacted in Jarek Spawn?
A few of the people look confused as soon as you bring up trade. They start to scratch their heads and look confused, and then then from behind them, you see Ira standing there, throwing her voice into the crowd, going, "Hey, how do we know that Ronnie didn't kill all those people on the road and just say there was an ape and then walk away?"
What?
Because there's no motivation for that?
But there's no motivation for it either. Some of the people began to grumble and discuss this conspiracy.
Oz points to the dirt pile. Do you see these guys? They're just trying to straight up lie to your face and then wandering away so they don't have to deal with the consequence. Not only are they liars, they're cowards too.
Let's make a persuasion roll for me, please. With a +3 modifier because you're the captain and have a big hat.
Can I assist?
I'm gonna say
If no, then the captain is using a luck point on that 8, because that 8 is a 3 + 5. It can't go much lower.
okay.
But plus
okay.
another 3 for the hat? Or no, that was already included.
So it would be an 11 with +3 for the hat. So use your luck
the
points.
captain is
and
using a
roll
luck
it.
point.
Yeah. Okay, great.
Okay, that's
So
better.
the idea is a little complex for them to grasp. You have to remember, you just got these guys super sauced, and everything is changing in a whirlwind around them. Some of them are still hungover from last night, but they do turn around and they're like the dirt pile. They're starting to discuss it, and then they realize a natural group begins forming between them, as some of them realize that they seem to trust the dirt pile more, and some of them seem to trust you guys more. Now they're discussing it and getting confused, and some of them arguing and getting into each other's faces. Eric is just going to kind of shrug at you, Wei, and yell out to you, "Looks like we got a real contest on our hands."
I look Eric up and down. I say, "Not really."
Eric takes 8 psychic damage.
Damn.
Eric explodes.
Sorry, I didn't even know that Wei had vicious mockery.
Yeah, right. He looks really angry and he walks away, knowing he's just got the better of him. So at this point, Yorkus outside is going to address Ronnie and be like, "Well, we got the venue. That's the good news.
What's the bad news?
It's tonight."
God.
It's okay. Rip the band-aid off. Get it over and done with.
You see, it was either tonight or next week are the only nights that were completely free, and it just didn't feel right to have something so momentous be on the same night as a ventriloquist, of all things. So I just thought, if we get the ball rolling, maybe we can, pull the rug out from under the dirt pile.
Ronnie shudders thinking about
The ventriloquist.
that makes sense.
Kel, in your head, you're picturing Ronnie on stage holding a tiny Yorkus as a ventriloquist puppet.
Oh
and
my
trying
god.
to throw voice. I like pens. You're like, it's weird, but it could work. You start considering it as an act. Well, we still have time to prep, as it were. Have you made any headway with the people of Jarek Spawn?
Ronnie shrugs.
I see. Well, I think there's something that we must do. We must do debate prep. We must find a way to get at the heart of the issues that we're facing and think of a strategy and give you some talking points so that once they're memorized, you won't have to think on your feet.
Do you know if
Sure.
it'll just be Ronnie versus Eric, or will Eric have his band of goons up there with him too?
I just told them that a representative from the dirt pile would be there. And based on what we saw, I also said that a representative of the Firebeards would be there too.
Do we have to tell the dirt pile that this is happening?
Actually, I thought this a bit clever on my part, but I did have the manager say he would send over documentation about the event to the others, so they will receive missives within the hour about the rules of the debate, which I, of course, have set up myself. An impartial moderator from the local newspaper, the Jerixbond Fish Wrapper, and as such, questions that will be generally about the future of the city, determined by the moderator and his editorial staff. So, you should be able to ensure a fair and reasonable debate. It is a fine publication. I read it every morning. It is one of the few nice things about this. Well, I shouldn't speak so openly, not during an election.
Is it Fuzzworth?
Buzzworth? Who is that?
Don't worry about it.
He raises an eyebrow. If you have any skeletons in the closet, you should tell me now.
Yeah,
could be
this is Fuzzworth. Did you kill them?
No, she's just the person that works for the gossip page or whatever.
Oh,
Oh,
yes,
right.
of course. Well, she will be there. She's on the editorial team. So I think she does arts and culture or some such. I don't really take an interest in those sections, I hate to say. But yes, it's possible that she'll add a question or two. Well, shall we study or shall we meet more of the people? I think those are some of our options for now.
Studying sounds boring.
Very well. Then perhaps we should either...
What? It's in an hour?
No, it won't be till later this evening. So we have all afternoon to prep.
Oh, the hour is the notice. That's right.
Yes.
Can me and Oz rejoin the party now?
Sure.
Where did you guys go? I was gone for a second.
We were in the Seafarer's Bazaar shit-talking Eric.
Oh, beautiful. Love that.
Yeah, they were just in there. They hung back while Cal left, so you could have been in either group at that point. But I think you just rejoined it anyway. So you guys have a couple hours yet.
Yorkus, would it be at all possible? I know this is. Well, actually, I guess we wouldn't know because I don't know what a presidential debate in this world is. Would it be possible to get multiple of us up there? It's like just for moral support. I'm more so thinking because Finn is a pretty smooth talker, and it seems like a waste to have her in the sidelines. If you could make it like a panel versus panel kind of thing instead of just a one-on-one.
I think I probably should have asked you in advance before setting the rules myself now. But I was so chuffed about the tonight thing,
You did a great job. No, please don't apologize. It's just I was wondering if there was any last-minute additions you can do. If not, it's perfectly fine.
I'm not sure. I thought
Well,
my thinking was that we do the prep. The fewer people up there, there's less room for confusion. I think if we just tell Ronnie what to say in advance, that's less confusing than having, I just figured that people want one strong figurehead for each group with the backing of their particular groups. If you have specific ideas you'd like to add, this is the time to say them.
Yeah, like Kel was saying, I don't think I need to debate anybody. That feels like Ronnie might actually somehow be better at that.
Yes,
But
much better.
If we want to stand out, I could do sort of like, a little introduction speech. Showing camaraderie is important, and having Ronnie up there completely alone doesn't entirely sit right with me.
Yorkus is
I
going
could go up as
to...
the bird kid and a celebrity
It'll
endorsement
be-
for him.
Yeah, or something like that. Like, I promise I'll be under a minute.
I like the bird kid part.
Is there a butt?
Affinity, can I talk to you outside?
She looks around like kind of weirded out by that. Why? We're all friends here, Grandma.
And you're also already outside.
And also, we're already outside. But sure, I guess.
He pulls you over like 8 feet away, and he whispers to you, "All right, I know this whole performance thing is important to you, but this is the future of the city we're talking about here. What's it going to cost you to not do this?"
I'm not talking about doing magic tricks. She's not being quiet.
a couple nearby tweens start laughing and run away, giggling to themselves.
I'm talking about a real gosh darn speech to hype up Ronnie and everybody.
Look, I know how this is going to go. You're going to get all in your head about how am I going to do a speech, and then I'm going to spend the entire prep time writing your speech, and Ronnie's not going to learn anything. And we're going to
You're
just
not going to write anything, because I'm going to write my own speech.
Oh my god. Oh. When would we even do a speech?
Literally just introduce Ronnie. People like a little fanfare.
But they're not
Trust
going to.
me.
If you do a speech, then someone from each of the factions, there's going to be a whole clusterfuck.
Right. And if they're not prepared and we are, it just makes us look even better.
200 gold.
No.
Oh, you're insufferable. 500.
Listen, I really want to be helpful here. But in a way that isn't doing magic tricks. Although,
In a way that you want to be helpful in a way that is very inconvenient, I'll have you know.
sure, if that's how you want to phrase it.
Fine. Yes, fine. You can do your speech. He walks away.
Finn smiles and walks back.
All right.
happily.
Candidate Ronnie, we have a lot of work to do, so what should we do first?
Montage.
Okay, so in terms of prep, you have the opportunity to ask Yorkus any question about the town or what he thinks will be covered on the debate. You can also go around town and talk to townspeople to get their opinions on things.
How much time do we have until, like, how many hours?
Let's see. You probably have, I think at latest, it's probably, I mean, everyone's still partying, right? That. I would say it's probably like 1 p.m. or 2 right now. And the debate's in like 7 hours, 6 or 7 hours.
Okay, damn. 1 hour short of a long rest.
How many people are you gonna kill at this debate, psycho?
No, I just wanted to switch out one of my spells.
No! He's so scared.
As many as it takes.
Yeah, but if you did short rest, you would not be able to help with debate prep in that situation.
Oh, that's okay. I'm okay with not helping with the debate. I don't think I can help.
Everyone
but-
really wants to be unhelpful right now. They're like, my way of helping is not helping. Speeches, short rests. What is this? This is madness.
I think Ronnie would appreciate having advantage on charisma checks more than Kelkin being like, you should say this.
Oh shit, you're right. That is good. What is that? What spell are you trying to do?
Enhance ability.
Ah.
Oh.
Wait, but you would need a short rest to switch out your spells?
I need a long rest to switch out my spells.
Oh, you would need a long rest. An 8-hour long rest.
Yes.
Everyone preps, Kel takes a nap.
Yeah. If you want to do that for the entirety of their debate prep, I'm going to say that you could finagle that.
Okay, yeah, I'll do that then. I will.
You might be
meditate
a
and just
little
relax.
late, but you could definitely get there.
Okay, these things never start on time.
Right.
That's true.
Yeah, I'll do that instead then. While everyone else is doing stuff, I'll just shut myself in a room and like meditate.
Okay. All right. So the rest of you, what would you like to do? You can. Yeah,
You're
go
saying
ahead.
Kel's taking a nap. Like, do we head back maybe to the Squawking? No, what's our place called? The Squawking
Yeah,
Sailor.
Squawking
Sailor, you got it.
I think Ronnie might just be like to the B side, like, "Hey, everyone, things have escalated pretty quickly, and we need to fill a room with people who like us. Could y'all run around town a little bit today and make sure that we turn out everyone we've helped and everyone we know?" I mean, maybe not everyone we know some of the bad people, but everyone who is likely to like us.
I mean, you want to go see if we could find like Tavian and them and get them in the crowd? They'll probably chill real loud.
We could also get Tavian to cater.
You think the Dryads would want to come? They like us?
They don't seem to like leaving the forest.
Or people.
But I mean, I don't know if Slythe is here or if he's off with the blacksmith. But like,
Currently at
if we can-
Blacksmith, but yeah, you can. That's like a
Like, if we can-
5-minute walk.
assume like Holly, Slythe, Tavian, Astrid, Tuck are going to be in.
Yeah, you can you can rally the B squad very easily.
Go, get Edgar. See if, oh my gosh, what's her name? What's the potion lady's name?
Apothecary.
If Apothecary would come, if Celia would come, if Small Kev and his friends would come. Tuck, bring your girlfriend. Dr. Wilder, I'm sure. Get Allie, get Chungo. They look down a little bit. Get the bouncer from the hotel. Get Al, get Tito.
Okay, and you're telling this to the rest of the party who's there, right?
Yeah. Like, I'm just like, the party and the B squad, like, hey, I have to do candidate stuff, I guess, but if we could just make sure that everyone we've helped in this town is there tonight.
Okay. And what are the rest of you guys? How do you respond to that?
Whatever Mayor Ronnie says, it's good with me.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're able to do that pretty easily and just spend your time. So let's say that 2 to 3 of those hours for those characters are spent going around, meeting, getting all the people. Oz, you talk to the fight pit people, and to anybody in town. You managed to find a couple of the pirate children as well. Buggo has a read on them, and you are able to bring them as well. You guys are able to get the B squad, and a lot of different people that you have already met in your adventures. Is there anyone you have any interest in speaking to specifically, or can we just say that happens?
Probably just a general that happens.
Okay. Okay. So, Ronnie, how else? Oh, would you like to do anything else to prep for the event?
Yeah, I think Ronnie's probably going around just sort of like asking people what like their biggest concerns are.
Okay. In that case, Ronnie, where would you like to go? What part of town would you like to visit first?
Well, first, did we get any more information about the guy who died on the docks?
The guy who died on the docks. Yes. You did. Let me find his sheet. He was a local fisherman. His name was Henri. And he was a fisherman. He was one of the people who have long spoken about taking down Scorch, making the place better. He was like hungry for the chance to fight back. Yeah, he died in the conflict.
I think probably Ronnie's first stop then is trying to go see Henri's family.
Okay.
If he had a family.
He did not have a family in town per se, but he lived in a sort of an apartment of sorts, sort of like a hovel that they had a couple of bunks in, where a bunch of the guys who had a small sailboat for fishing all hung out. And so you're able to visit his friends, some of his closest people. He was like a lot of them, lost his family and then sought a new life in Jarek Spawn, and ended up, oppressed by the debt and got sort of caught into that.
Yeah, I think if they can, they'll start there to try to pay their respects.
Yeah, you spend some time. They really appreciate it. His roommates really appreciate it, and they just share stories about him, different catches that they had at sea, and they tell you specifically that that Henri would have been proud to. He didn't flat out say it, but he had definitely implied that he wanted to fight for his beliefs, and he wanted to take down Scorch and this oppressive government by any means. And so they try to almost make you feel better about not. They really appreciate you being there, and they like offer you tea, and yeah, you're able to hang out there for a couple hours, and share stories with him, or about him. Yeah.
I think they'll probably just try to then close with like an invitation to this evening. I know nothing can bring Henri back, but I hope you all and everyone here in Jarkspun can have the chance that he wanted for himself and for everyone here to choose your own future.
They're touched by this. They hadn't really considered something like this before, but they're curious and they're so appreciative of the fact that you made the time that they promise that they'll be there.
Cool. Then I can't think of anything else specific that Ronnie does other than just try to talk with. I feel like they probably want to talk with people like this, like inside, really getting to know them, but are like being a little pushed to be like, no, do it in public. Other people who you're not talking to need to see you talking to people, and so are like doing a little bit of like trying to balance really hearing people and their concerns and the politicking they're trying to learn.
And Yorkis is with you when you want him, but we'll give you space if you want it as well. But yeah, you are able to make some connections with some people in town. Is there any place in particular that you want to sort of just wander around and talk to people, like any part of town or anything like that? You were sort of by the docks, leaving the fisherman's place.
Thoughts, anyone? Should I try to suck up to the rich people or the rowdy people? I mean, I think Ronnie's instinct is the rowdy people, unless anyone tells them otherwise.
I mean, you're probably going to have more quantity with the rowdy people.
Mm-hmm.
There's probably not a lot of rich people outside of the Firebeards.
Yeah, so wherever...
Yorkis will pipe in at that point to say that the southern part of town, the houses just north of the farm, are some of the older and larger houses that are populated by a small group of, wealthier families, merchants. But they're in the minority, but they do exist.
I guess the question is, do we want wealth backing us or do we want loud numbers backing us?
Yorkis would suggest that you get a bit of both.
I think Ronnie probably will try more to go with, what's sort of like around here? Like, are there people who would have enjoyed the Squawking Sailor becoming like a cooler spot?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to, the area outside of the Squawking Sailor and in that intersection that runs north to the windmill is a very busy corridor because it sort of makes an L shape towards Seafair Bazaar, and it is a main thoroughfare through most of the a majority of the townspeople's houses and some of the major businesses, as well as the jail, the not Squawking Sailor, but the Cabaret. And so there's just a lot of foot traffic all over, almost always. So you should be able to, and people are seeing you and waving and saying hi, and you're sort of doing like a little parade, but you're trying not to. You've learned at this point to sort of stay moving, because if you post up, a crowd will sort of form around you. But yeah, you are able to meet a few people as you wander around. And at this point, you will see a couple like interesting people. And you get a sense that some of these people, like, they seem to have a story to tell, something that is like very interesting to you. For example, at one point you see a lady who you've seen before, a regular at the Squawking Sailor. Long gray hair, eye patch, black vest and pants. Looks to be a retired captain. And you see her playing cards with a halfling, who's sort of got like a little goofy smile. Looks to be a fisherman as well. You haven't seen him much before, but you feel like he is somewhat familiar. Maybe even saw him last night in all the confusion. But you see them playing cards, and you think you've always sort of wondered about them. They seem to be interesting. Maybe they could be people you could ask, or just sort of ask about the general vibes of the town. But there are other people too, and you are able to wander around and do what you want, or just ask Yorkus for any specific advice.
Yeah, I think they probably are like, Yorkus, who do I need to talk to? I'm no good at this.
Honestly, I would only speak to people if you think they can give you specific information about something we're missing. I've made a list of questions, and I think we should focus on those first. Maybe head up to the room and come back down and, with the time we have left, get some last-minute color from the local people. It's always good to have a story about someone you met in town, but, it's a small survey. It's hard to say if anyone's individual opinion really matters that much. We're looking at trends here, right?
Is Finn still with me?
Let's see. Yeah, because you spent a couple hours with Henri's people, and at this point, everyone can be reconvened. Kel is still snoozing.
Yeah, I think they'll look at Finn and be like, I should go study?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, great. Yeah, good call, Yorkus. Okay, let's do that.
All right, so he's going to do a makeshift, like, fake debate questions just to get your immediate response to them. And so he's going to say, all right, now, if they were to come to you and say, who do you think should rule this town and why, what would you say?
I don't think anyone should rule this town. I think the people of Jarexbun should have the opportunity to decide their own fates.
Good. That's very good. Okay. Well, in on that vein, who do you... It's not all well and good to say, oh, I want the people to decide, but you are running to be the interim mayor, so why do you think you have what it takes?
I know that I care about protecting people. And I wouldn't try to be mayor forever here. I only want to be in this role long enough to give people the chance to create the system of governance that they see fit for themselves.
That's good. But make sure not to get too in the weeds on systems of governance and all that. Power to the people is good. But these people aren't exactly, university
I mean,
students.
you don't know that.
No, trust me. Unfortunately, I do. I have access to all of their pocketbooks. And on that subject, how would you solve the problem of the debt?
It's clear that the unjust debt levied by Scorch. Ronnie is dissociating really hard.
Ronnie, are you all right? Your eyes are crossed.
By Scorch is tantamount to indentured servitude and must be rescinded. But there are many good, hardworking people here who deserve to be paid in full for their services and products.
All of that sentiment is good, but you need to use small words that dumb people can understand. The debt was bad. It hurt people. I want to help people. Help people remove their debts. Now that's a message people can get behind, right?
I'll help people remove their debts and make sure that the hardworking citizens of Jerixpan are fairly paid for fair services.
Fair services for fair pay. That's good. Wait, speaking of which, do you have a slogan or something people can, really sink their teeth into and repeat?
No. Ronnie looks around. Is anyone else in the room, or are other people doing other things?
I think we'll need to get Finn for this one. Finn! Finn!
Puts down her glass of wine. What?
We need a slogan. You might want to get
Don't you
Way
already
in
have
here
one?
too.
Yeah, I thought it was be straight
Winds-
like Ronnie.
No, that's
Winds are changing.
That's good. That's good. Yes,
They've
yes,
already
yes.
been saying it.
That's right. All right.
Ronnie just says, "I'm not straight."
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean like that. Yeah, the leaves are good.
Don't say that. That's career suicide in this business. Just keep that part quiet. Listen.
Really? This seems like a... Okay.
Sure. But remember, not everyone's as open-minded as we bankers. You're not sure what he means
That's
by
what they
this.
say.
You raise an eyebrow as he adjusts his bow tie. At this point, he's like, I think we have a good idea of what we want to do, but let's hear it, Ronnie. Say your slogan and give it some of that, politician swagger.
Wait, sorry, what was it, Finn?
The leaves are changing.
Winds. Yeah, Ray just
The
leans
wind.
in. Winds.
The winds.
The winds are breaking.
Nope.
The winds are breaking.
Nope.
Wait, what?
The winds are changing. You've said this like 3 times in public now.
The winds are changing.
It's different.
Just
Ronnie?
say it to me. Just
what-
look at me. Look at me. Say it to me.
The winds are changing.
That's
All
good.
right.
What's happening to Ronnie right now in their head is very Katniss Everdeen when they're like,
Yeah, it
do
really
these
is.
slogans. Ronnie's just like, I don't look. I care
Justify
about
this
people,
child
I don't-
murder. Yeah.
Ronnie doesn't need to justify.
Can we try it? Can we try it one more time? Drop all the politics shit. Just look me in the eye. It's obvious. Just say it. Ronnie, say it to me, Way.
The winds are changing.
Mm.
There you go. You
See?
fucking got this.
One of those like diagonal Star Wars wipes comes across the screen, and we're suddenly at the debate.
Love that.
A
Ronnie,
white blues across the screen.
Ronnie, and you were backstage at the cabaret with Yorkus, who was pacing back and forth and like going through note cards and just generally freaking out. Everyone in the audience is is sort of getting settled, and there's like a nervous energy. You can see Eric behind the scenes, as well as Iglith is also there, and they're all prepping and doing their rituals. Eric is like dancing really aggressively to himself while Lyra plays her lyre.
Also, Kel is here.
Yeah, well, Kel
Am
is
I
a
here?
little
Did
bit
I make it?
sleepy. What you guys? It's about 8:20 right now. You guys are already 20 minutes late, and Kel, this is when you wake up. So suddenly you're getting out of bed. You're like looking at the time, and you're like, "Oh shit!" And you're just like racing across town. So give me
Oh shit! Oh fuck! Oh shit! Oh fuck! Oh shit!
give me a dexterity. Give me a dexterity to see how fast you get across town.
A save or just a check?
Just a check. Or just athletics, whatever, yeah.
Oh,
Okay, perfect. 7. Okay. So you immediately tumble down the stairs and knock down an old lady. And so you spend about like 10 minutes figuring that situation out and trying to help her. The place is otherwise deserted, and you eventually make your way there. So at this point, Finn, you see this open stage. There's been no indication by anyone that you are supposed to speak now, but it is prior to the debate, and no one else is out there.
Like, are people just like still settling in? Is that what's happening?
Yeah. It's packed. It's packed and it's buzzing. You get the sense that if you were gonna steal focus, this is a great time.
Okay, she's gonna look at everyone, including Orcus, and just give a thumbs up, and then just hop on up.
What? No! He's throwing the cards and trying to lurch forward, but it's too late. You're on stage.
Yeah, I feel like as she walks on too, there's just like a little like whip of sparkles, you know, like half to like fuck with the Orcus at this point, and half just because that's her vibe.
Okay.
She like is there microphones in this world, or am I just I
no,
can
but
thaumaturgy this whole speech?
yeah, you could just thaumaturgy.
Okay. There's no introduction. She just starts talking because again, magician, not a politician.
Parliament.
You know,
Just gets her patter going.
yeah.
We got people from out of town
Ronnie.
here tonight. You guys like those classic cards? Come up to Burbank. I got a whole garage full of them. You love it. You love it.
You know, Ronnie is clearly the right choice for mayor. As the leader of the Sahooligans, Ronnie can surely lead everyone in this town to success. But a good leader is also only as good as their crew. Ronnie is the...
Is what?
Did she mute herself?
Maybe we lost her? I think we lost her. There's no fucking
no!
way we
Finn
lost her.
passes out.
As Affinity is mid-sentence, Ira comes out from backstage and just fucking tackles her.
Yo, what the fuck?
The crowd starts cheering as there is tiefling on tiefling action on stage as the two ladies start to fight.
Like Ronnie was about to use the Valorous shield to like run in and just protect her, but then is confused about what's happening now. Especially after Yorka said that this is a really straight town or whatever.
The crowd is cheering, and Eric comes out and pulls Ira away, and smiles sheepishly at the crowd.
If Eric's on stage, Ronnie also comes out and like puts an arm around Finn.
Yeah. So you come out, and Finn is still trying to fight Ira at this point. Not really sure what is going on, but
Finn's having a bunch of choices made.
Dude, that sucks. Holy
she's
shit.
gone. She's gone.
Yeah,
This is
she's
like
gone.
when you gave your famous romantic speech, and I missed all of it. I mean, I also left. This isn't really her fault. So what we'll do is we'll take.
No, somehow it's your fault.
We'll say.
Why is your spectrum infecting people?
It's not. I don't put that spectrum voodoo on me. I've always been at war with them for my entire life. It feels like in LA here, they're always the worst. They're always the worst. I don't know what's going on with her. Has she messaged the Discord?
She
No.
just posted. She just texted a second ago saying that her internet's down.
Oh, her internet.
All right. Well, for now, we will say that she is
Sufficient
back.
time is
Oh.
bought. For
Oh.
What an
She's back.
incredible speech!
I'm so sorry.
That was beautiful. That was
That
the
was
best
the worst
speech.
timing ever.
Yeah, that was
Literally, it was
the
all
was
funniest
amazing
shit.
timing.
The
Holy shit.
funniest
Wait,
shit.
I don't even know how far I got before it was too late.
Not
Did you
was
hear
far.
what he said
so
happened
short.
to cover for your
No,
absence?
no.
So what happened was, as soon as you cut out, it was like it felt like you got cut out mid sentence. So I was just like, okay, Ira comes on stage while you're saying like the last thing we heard from you was like, it's like Ronnie's a great person, but you really have to respect the person for their team or something. You know, trying to make a transition to talk about everybody else. And that's
this
what I cut out.
party.
Yeah, and so Ira came out and tackled you, and then you guys got into a fight on stage, and Eric
OMG,
pulled
kiss her, Finn.
Eric pulled Ira off of you, and you are now Ronnie came out and put their arm around you in a that's my pal kind of way. So you're still on stage.
What? Finn's looking at Ronnie like, do I keep? What's happening?
Is Kel here yet?
No.
Yeah,
no,
have I arrived yet?
No, you haven't. You're still on the way. You're knocking down old ladies left and right.
Not so quietly, Bird Kid whispers from the side of the stage. Is it my turn? Do I go on
Yes, I think for the encore.
Oz, make a wisdom save.
Oh no.
Oh no. Wait, +4, I'm right next to him.
Okay. 22. In
He's
your
a wizard.
mind's eye, you hear the space worm from the other dimension say, "Go! You are the Dragon King! Show them your majesty!"
Oz takes the space dragon horn in his hand. It will show them. He is not using it, to be clear. He is not using this item. It is a prop for him to hold in his hand.
Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, that could really change the stakes of things, depending on how it's used.
I think
Anyway.
Ronnie on stage is like. So there's, of course, no need for violence. Looks at the dirtbags. We're all here to have a reasonable discussion, I think.
The crowd sounds disappointed. Ah.
Yeah, I mean, that tracks.
I mean, if the dirtbags have nothing to be so scared of, then can I finish my speech?
A few people give you a round of applause. It's like, yeah, from one section. You look over and it's Slythe and Allie and a bunch of
Yeah.
your audience plants. They're on your side.
Homies.
Yeah.
Good.
Ronnie's gonna then sort of nod towards the dirtbags and walk and like back off stage, hoping that Kel's gonna arrive soon.
Eric is like in the wings and realizes he's very visible, sticking his head out, and he goes, "Oh," you know, like he's like, "Oh, of course." Like now that you've made it like you know, you got to be fake civil or whatever. He's on board. Okay, the stage is all yours, Affinity. Come on, internet, do your thing.
Right. The Sahooligans. Look, Ronnie is the strongest person I know. Not just that, but they're kind and they mean what they say. They don't always like leading, which is why they'd probably be great at it. And Kel is a sweetheart. He's somehow able to see the best in people, even when he shouldn't. Plus, he's wicked smart. And his hard work will be important one day. Oz is, well, I've actually never met anyone like Oz. He surprises me all the time with his quirks, but he's so positive and supportive and just an absolute force to be reckoned with. And Wayland is, he's resourceful and clever, and his plans have gotten us through some of the craziest moments. He makes everything fun, and every team needs a good wild card. And after all of our time with Ronnie on the road, we know that Ronnie will do everyone here right and help people of Darkspawn get back on their feet and thrive. She does like some sparkles again.
Yeah,
Something, the economy.
Yeah, you know.
Okay, make a performance roll for us, please, Miss Affinity.
Watch me roll a nat one.
Oh
Don't
no,
do
it's still
22.
Hey.
At first, people aren't sure what to make of it because it's such a beautiful and sincere outpouring of affection. At first, they're like, "Is she dying? Why is she saying this?" But then the crowd starts to they
Slow
let
clap.
go of their they start to let the emotion take over them. They see the sincerity in your face, and they all start to applaud. And Slythe and Allie and Chungo and all of B Squad start standing up and trying to give you a standing O, and the whole crowd joins in, except for some dirt pile standouts. There are pockets of people who are like, what's going on with this? But then, for the most part, you've won everyone over with sheer charisma and your heartfelt speech. So thank you for that. Thank you for that, Affinity. It was very nice.
Does Ronnie also get advantage?
Ronnie, how do you respond to what just happened?
Ronnie's backstage again, and I think
gave
that
Affinity
they,
the stage.
yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know if it matters in terms of like people aren't going to see, but I think they tear up.
So Affinity, you're not quite sure what the immediate effects are of your speech, but you get the feeling that it was overall a definite positive, and probably helped Ronnie in some, non-specific political way that it can be hard to quantify in real time.
I mean, the
Amazing.
polling is all over the place.
It's a dead heat. It's a dead heat right now. People, but
Yeah.
people say they just still don't know Ronnie yet. Maybe if you did like 12 more quests right at the end of the line, maybe some like niche pod quests in key different like. Sorry.
I think at some point, once the crowd is like chilling out,
Like
then
if
we'll just sort of move to the side and like gesture at Ronnie.
I go and message her
Before-
father.
Message for Bob.
Oh my god.
Before Ronnie
That's
goes on
good.
stage, can I cast Bless on them? Just real quick.
Well, let's say, Ronnie, are you going out there? I feel like what's normal is Finn, you should. Ronnie's gone backstage to give you this stage, so Ronnie's not visible right now. I feel like either leave stage or call Ronnie out, or whichever you think is most appropriate. But that's pretty much all you can do.
I
right
guess, assuming Ronnie is ready, Finn will just announce them on stage.
now. Well, you're not. Okay, yeah, you can. Yeah. So do
I'm
you
not-
want to
I'm
bless?
not.
If it
Do you want to bless
Wait,
Ronnie?
Can
before
Yorkus
Ronnie
also
goes
tell
out?
us what the program would be? Like, are we doing? Is someone asking us questions individually? What's happening?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Finn knows that, but Finn has definitely decided.
Finn
what
doesn't
the
know that.
program-
Yeah, Finn doesn't know what the fuck.
Finn
Finn's
is-
decided, yeah.
I want it to be clear why this is exactly why Yorkus was scared, is because Finn has inserted herself into this program and taken it over.
Does Ronnie know what the program is supposed to be?
This is Finnception. is what it is.
Okay.
Uh,
I feel
Well,
like you
Ronnie,
should probably
yeah,
pull
Ronnie,
them.
you of course know. You know that there's a moderator from the Jerixbod Fish Wrapper who is going to. All three of you will be on stage together, and you will all answer questions from the moderator. You know that the event hasn't even started yet, but Finn is kicking it off. So
All right. If
technically still.
after Finn doesn't, if Finn just announces Ronnie and Ronnie doesn't appear yet, she's
If
just gonna start doing
if-
tricks on stage
If Finn
until.
if Finn announces Ronnie will come out.
Yeah,
Oh,
So
okay,
if
hell
that
yeah.
happens, then
Finn-
Ronnie I
Finn-
think comes out, like tears a little bit in their eyes.
Finn,
and just,
please
like, gives-
give your Ronnie introduction, please.
Oh gosh, I didn't write that part down.
I love that you
And-
think it's something you should write.
Now-
even in this. It's like
The bugbear of the hour, future mayor
Yes!
Ronnie.
yes. From the sides, the you hear booing from the dirt pile, and you see Ira take the stage to tackle you once again. Please make a dex save.
Why
Can
Ira?
Ronnie use a valorous shield to get in the way?
Yes. Yes, please.
Oh oof, I'm going down.
Like a
No,
lightning
Ronnie.
bolt.
No, Ronnie
Ronnie
runs in
Ronnie,
uh,
you,
to hug Finn, but puts their back to which one was it? Lyra, Ira.
Ira.
It's Ira.
So that Ira just runs into their back, and they just hug Finn, tears in their eyes. That was so beautiful.
Ronnie,
You're the best. You're the best team I could ask for.
Ira leaps. You intercept, and so Ira leaps on your back and has their arms wrapped around your neck, and their feet are kicking off the ground. And someone from the crowd's like, "Wow, even they love Ronnie," and they all cheer. Eric comes out and pulls Ira off as best. And at this point, the actual moderator is going to come out on stage, and it's gonna be like, "Excuse me, I believe I decide when the event starts, and it has not started yet, but I guess we can get started. Will the candidates please open the curtain? The candidates get behind their podiums, please."
Ronnie, nods. I beg your pardon, sir, and sort of walks off, like sort of side hugging Finn, to give themselves one more chance to run into Kel backstage and or get blessed or anything else.
Pretty please.
Yeah, I'm blessing.
Please.
All right, Kel, you are being blocked on the road by a series, like a ridiculous number of baby squirrels and skunks that are in parade across the bridge. You fear that if you leapt,
What?
you might smash any of them.
Wait.
Please make a
Squirrels
dex.
and skunks?
Yeah,
What's happening?
I don't
What
know.
is
It must be
happening?
mating season. They seem to be moving in some sort of circle around the bridge. Almost...
Can I circumvent this by turning into a bird and just flying over?
Yeah.
Wild
please.
shape, let's go.
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
Wait, why am I doing this? You'd think, and suddenly become a bird, and fly over it all, and get you fly just as Ronnie is taking stage at the podium. You fly and land on Ronnie's shoulder.
Caw.
A few people in
I'm
the
not sure
audience
Ronnie
laugh, confused at this
knows.
already chaotic debate.
I don't know if Ronnie immediately knows it's Kel, but I think that they still just go, like, try to like be like, "Shh, it's okay, it's all right, it's okay."
I peck Ronnie on the head and go caw, and I motioned backstage.
One moment. They take the bird off their shoulder. Let me just put this outside where he belongs.
The audience
And
is
go backstage.
roaring with laughter now at the fact that Ronnie has somehow received a message from a random bird and has to take the call.
I meant like I'm gonna release it back to the wild, but sure.
I know what you meant, but just like the optics of it landing and you looking and turning and like, in 1 second, please. Like,
Fine.
It
If
just
the
se-
audience thinks that Ronnie has a better sense of humor than they do, I'll take it.
no, I think the audience thinks that this is a legit bird that you were having a conversation with, and you're either magical in some way they don't quite understand, or you just can talk to this bird, or think you can.
I mean, both are true.
In any case, they are delighted by that. Yeah, it's Bernie Sanders all over again.
Oh my god, I forgot.
Thank you, Ruthie, for reminding us. So yeah, you're backstage now with Cal.
Okay. I'll immediately turn back just real quick, pat Ronnie on the shoulder, enhance ability. This is Eagle Splendor, advantage on all charisma checks. You got this, Ronnie.
And I'm gonna
Thank you
do
for being
bless
here.
for an extra juicy 1d4
And
on saving throws.
Thank you all for being here. It
Finn is
really
also
means
going to, if I may.
a lot
Just
to me.
choose-
Ronnie is just like thanking you all very sincerely while you're all just doing this.
You
I'm
can give
gonna
a
say
moderator
Ronnie.
on stage be like, any minute now.
Finn's gonna say to Ronnie one last thing. You said we're all like family, right? Go make them feel that way too, and Bardic Inspiration.
Aww.
Ronnie did say that we all fam.
We all in the club.
In the Cracker Jacks, we all fam.
Okay.
Bardic, bless, splendor.
Yeah, how long
We
do
love
these
it.
things last? What's your limitations on
My thing lasts
Bless
for
is
an
a
hour.
minute.
Oh wow, okay.
Likewise, an hour I believe is Bardic. Unless
Wait, how
I'm
much is
lying.
bless?
A minute, if I concentrate.
Okay.
As everyone's
I think-
putting their enchantments on Ronnie, Oz takes the captain hat out of his bag, puts it on Ronnie. He's like, "Go be their captain."
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's a lot of moving things to keep track. Well, so Bless is a minute, Bardic is 10 minutes, and this is an hour. So there's like a cascading effect of things wearing off.
Yeah,
Are you
right,
sure,
right.
Oz?
Oh yeah, well, I mean, I'll take it back when you're done, but
Of course.
it'll be good for the speed.
Of course. We never figured out what the hat does, right?
It's a +3 to persuasion, isn't it?
Figures it's a nice hat.
On Oz,
Shit.
it's a +3 to persuasion.
We'll see.
On Ronnie, it's a +5.
We'll see what it does.
Mhm.
We'll see what it does to Ronnie.
Scales with charisma.
All right, Ronnie walks out. Thank you all for your patience. I'm so sorry about that. Brushing feathers off themselves. They
What?
tip the hat to the moderator. And,
as soon as
to-
the audience is aware of the hat, a bunch of Firebeards in the audience immediately start booing and throwing stuff at Ronnie, seeing the Ronnie wear the captain's hat. Iglith on the opposite side of the stage. You're currently on the far, from your perspective, from the on-stage perspective, to your right is Eric, and then to his right is Iglith.
So I'm stage left. Eric is center.
Mhm. And Iglith
And
is stage right.
Orcus
and
is stage right. Okay. Ronnie takes the hat off and does the same exaggerated bow that they did at the house to Iglith.
Okay. So you're taking the hat off. Are you doing what with the hat now? Putting it back on?
No,
or-
I'm just like, like when you take a hat off to do like a bow kind of
Mhm.
thing.
Sure.
I just like do an exaggerated bow with it and then put it back on.
Well, we are off to a riotous start. I'm Glenn Blather, editor of the Jarek Spawn Fish Wrapper. Today, we are in a strange circumstance where we are going to decide who is the best suited to be the interim mayor. We have representatives from the bank in the audience. They will be making the final decision, or rather, their higher-ups will. But tonight, we will want to see who is the people's choice. So, without further ado, we would like, why don't we meet our candidates? Starting on the left, we have representing the Firebeards, the newly appointed interim captain, Iglith Dorkin. A bunch of the Firebeards cheer. In the center, we have of the Dirt Pile, the organization and former heroes who have lived and worked in Jarrickspawn for many years out of the Under Tavern. We have Eric. What's Eric's last name? I should know that.
Just Eric.
Just Eric. Thornleaf. Eric waves, and a bunch of people in the audience applaud. You know, a decent amount of people applaud. And you've got a bunch of cheers from backstage from the other members of the Dirt Pile. And finally, we have the new folk hero, the hero bugbear, some would say, who is most recently known for taking down the vile godkin, Nautilus Bloodfoam. Of the Sahooligans, it's Ronnie Ifis. Ifis? Am I saying that right?
Ifis. Perfect.
Ifis. Well, welcome to all of our candidates. Tonight, we have a lot to get through, so why don't we just get started by saying, briefly, what is your vision for the future of Jarrickspawn? Ronnie, why don't we start with you?
First of all, thank you all for being here. It's not always the most interesting thing to attend, but it's important. And I'm glad that you all know that. My vision for Jarrickspawn is not a vision that is only mine. It's yours. I hope to use the time as interim mayor to support the people of Jarrickspawn in setting up whatever system you think best serves your town. Neither I nor anyone has a place to rule over all of you or anyone at all. So I hope that by giving me a chance, you will give yourselves the chance to determine your own fate.
Thank you very much. Let's turn to you, Eric. What is your vision for the future?
Well, I'm not sure if I could make heads or tails of that word salad I just heard. Sounds like someone with no vision for the future at all.
A few people laugh, and there's some jeering from backstage.
In my opinion, this town needs people who understand this town, people who have lived here, people who plotted the overthrow of the Firebeards.
Yeah, that's right, the Firebeards. A bunch of people in the audience boo, mostly Firebeards, and there's some booing from Iglith himself.
This is a corrupt organization, and frankly, what we're doing here tonight is a total rush job from this Ronnie and the Sahooligans. They're just trying to seize power. We don't want power. We want what's best for everybody. We want to disrupt the current system. This tax system, whoever's richest, it's never served this city well. We want to rip things apart, start anew, let you guys have a real vote.
Thank you very much, Eric Thornleaf. And finally, Iglith, what do you have to say? Are the Firebeards truly corrupt? And what, if anything, could be their remaining vision? Thank you very much. You know, I don't see any future if we destroy everything in town, like Eric wants to, and I have no idea what Ronnie was trying to say, but I think this is a town that trusts the Firebeards. A bunch of people boo, but the Firebeards start, like, shouting back at them. Please, please, everybody, let's calm this down. This is supposed to have a sense of decorum to it. The Firebeards were and still are the best bet for Jarrickspawn, and I have it on good authority that whoever's richest in town
deserves to be mayor, and we currently have a solid gold statue in our vault, making us the richest. A bunch of the Firebeards cheer. Well, if that's the case, then they certainly do have a claim to the seat. However, there does remain this question presented by Eric. Is our current government system the correct one? Or should we choose something different? Ronnie, what do you think?
If the people of Jarexman think that it is best to have an individual determined by wealth or birth or any other matter rule unquestioned, I would not gainsay them, but I think the people of Jarexman know that the wind is changing. Not only
Wind is changing!
not only for who is in charge, but how this entire place operates and who gets to have a voice.
Yeah, pretty words. Lots of pretty words coming from Ronnie. But, you know, I wonder if you got those same pretty words to say when you're causing people to lose their loved ones because of your poor planning. I know two people, two beloved children of Jarexbon, who Ronnie is responsible for murdering in cold blood.
Ronnie's eyebrows raise.
And that's right. One of them is here tonight. Eric points into the audience.
Sorry, someone I murdered is here.
The family member of someone that you murdered, and I would treat this seriously, unless you think the deaths you cause are a joke.
I would never think that.
We seem to be laughing about it. Iglith is standing aside, being like, "Oh shit, what's happening?" Even I don't know what's going on. Eric is going to point into the audience, and people are going to turn around. Aloquacious, could you please step forward? You see Al from Al's Magic Shop stand forward. He looks teary-eyed and miserable. This man trusted Ronnie. He thought, "Oh, Ronnie, what a great and noble hero who does things for the town." But Ronnie was responsible for killing this poor man's nephew, Doozer Zecht. Al is like crying, and he's like looking up at you, and he's like, "I trusted you." He turns away and sits down. What do you have to say for that, Ronnie? What do you have to say for Henri and everyone else who knows how many Ronnie has killed? People who didn't deserve it.
You keep Henri's name out of your mouth.
The tension in the air is thick.
I've spent today visiting with Henri's housemates. There is nothing I can do to assuage the guilt and shame I feel for not protecting him. He died a hero defending his home. But none of you should be called upon to do that. And they're going to get off the stage and go over to Al. And say, "Al, I am so sorry. I wish it hadn't come to that, not only because this was someone important to you, but because I never want it to come to that. We were set up. They look back at Eric by the dirt pile.
That's a lie, Eric calls out. People in the crowd are gasping now. They're not sure what is happening.
And we had no idea that they were acting in anything other than just naked hostility towards us. But I am sorry, and I know there is nothing I can do to right this wrong with you. But I hope that you want enough for this town to have your voice heard in the future. And they're sort of like crouched down a little bit so as to not be like staring down at Al, but also not like being condescending as much as they can, just because they're huge. And that's what they're doing.
Al is like devastated, but he through his interactions with you, he kind of wants you to have some justification for this. And you can see there's more he wants to say, but it's all too much for him, and he just sort of like ambiguously nods and sits down. The Firebeard guy, Aglyph. Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Ronnie heads back to stage. This is the kind of town that existed under the Firebeards. Now looks at Aglyph. This violence has no place in a beautiful, thriving cultural town.
Oh, come on. You're gonna kill people? You killed Nautilus. We know you're a killer. At this point, Aglyph is gonna pipe in. Oh, come on. We've all killed people. This is a pirate town. That's what we do. We kill people. Who cares? People get into stuff that's up to no good. Yeah, Doozer was a fun guy, but, you know, he had an anger problem. And when you're a Firebeard, you know, Doozer's not the only one they killed. They killed like a bajillion of our men, and the dirt pile, too. They killed a bunch of us. We were trying to kill them. That's just the way it is. And that's what you want. It's a pirate town. Put pirates in charge of it. It just makes sense. All the Firebeards start cheering. We're not murderers. It's Ronnie. Eric looks a little bit stymied. All right, we seem to have gotten a little bit into strange territory. I'll tell you, I've never heard of something like that happening at a debate like this. Why don't we all take 5 minutes to reset, and we will come back and we'll get back to this program. We'll be right back. And on that, we're going to end things for the evening with the debate still underway. We lost Affinity, we lost me, but we continued the stream and we persevered. Great work, everybody. Great work on your speech, Finn. Great work on your campaigning, Ronnie. Great work, Kel, on making it there despite the obstacles that appeared in your way.
Definitely need to unpack the skunks.
Oz. Yeah, unpack those skunks. I meant to say squirrels and skunks, but I said squirrels and skunks instead. It just happens that way. What did I mean? All right, let's get out of here. All right. Assume Scone is on. I'm just going to throw us over there. That was a crazy one, guys. I definitely want to talk about that. That was crazy.
Oh, yeah.
That was crazy.
I'm dying.
Yeah, Ronnie really held that together. That was crazy. All right, we're getting over to Scone, and thank you, everyone. Great RP from everybody today. Wonderful. So you can have fun. It doesn't always have to be a war game, that one guy on Threads. All right. Talk to you later. We'll be back, I think, next week. Will be? I forgot.
Next
No,
is Halloween.
Next week is
Halloween.
the spooky day.
Oh yeah,
Right.
spooky.
Next week is Halloween, so I don't know if I'm going out for our Halloween. We'll have trick-or-treaters here, so maybe we'll just play more horror games. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay, rating.